I haven't uploaded a new gaming essay in over a few weeks, and already the gaming industry is exploding. Sony is trying to put their business practices into their most successful online game and ruin the game for many people in third world countries. Xbox shutting down studios because its business, including a studio that made their most successful game, and then have the ball saying that they need higher quality, smaller games. This image is everybody's response, including long-term problems like how PlayStation is ran today to Nintendo's fear of copyright, along with many studios wanting to make the next Fortnite to appeal to shareholders. But out of all these news stories, Nintendo finally confirmed that a Switch successor is in development and will be revealed later this year. The reason I bring this up is due to how I currently feel about Nintendo. While most of their problems stem from the massive culture, including the recently mentioned copyright issues, Nintendo has been mostly fair in terms of the industry. They're more consistent with their release schedule, and they at least try to put high quality content that can stand the test of time for many cases. However, as an early adopter of the Nintendo Switch, the console has now been sitting on my entertainment center not really being used. I haven't played a single game on the console this year unless it's a multiplayer game that someone in my family really wants to play. My attitude over the course of the last couple of years with this company and being exposed to other games made me realize that while I can still appreciate Nintendo for their craft, I probably just want to move on. Unless I find a game I really want to play, I'm not going to touch this console until I force myself to go to Dominican Republic and play Fire Emblem Warriors. I'm going to explain a few different things that made me realize the Nintendo Switch is on life support. This isn't about the consistent releases or the Nintendo Switch's successor, but more of a personal preference than anything: the death of the Nintendo Switch. In 2019, my family invested in a PlayStation 4 with how my brother wanted to fit in with his friends and what was available for software. The process of playing more PlayStation games was slow, but now most of my favorite franchises are on PlayStation, with stuff such as the more realistic adventure games and Yakuza. Nintendo felt more safe and they can innovate with their games. It's just that they don't really interest me all that much. This is likely due to time and interest changing as I experience different types of games. Persona 5 and me beating the game, along with me being more critical online, changed my perspective on how games function, and they became a project that is about beating the game. And this is why I usually don't play multiplayer games or trying not to play difficult games such as Dark Souls and its clones. It's kind of depressing that something like my thoughts have control on what I would like to play and make it difficult to find enjoyment in games that could be frustrating. Tears of the Kingdom I thought would be Breath of the Wild, but playing the game didn't feel fun and felt annoying with its mechanics and very difficult puzzles. Again, this isn't the developer's fault, but rather my own, because I'm mentally unstable to do certain games on top of a very strict schedule I gave for this game. Type of games can sometimes make it more difficult for me, whether on purpose or not. Even in games that Nintendo may make in the future, I would literally have the passion sucked out of me. But this isn't just games, it's also user experience. I prefer the PlayStation Store than the Nintendo eShop, or I felt that a game for PlayStation is more convenient along with more options to play. And yes, PlayStation isn't doing hot right now, but this is normal right now and I'll treat it as such. But what does any of this mean? The problem comes from a lack of interest of certain games and a change in attitude towards gaming that make it difficult to appreciate Nintendo, and their pickiness didn't help. Additionally, the new Switch console will likely be a big wait for me unless I feel comfortable with how it does. It's gonna be hard, but whatever. Louisiana Fast.